Gary, what's your thoughts following tonight's 2-1 defeat?
Obviously, bitterly disappointed. We were the better side for 80% of the game, and going behind definitely cost us. At the time, we were bang on top, much better side. Hit the post, had a couple of scrambles away, and that was the difference. If one of those had gone in, we would have gone on and won the game 3 or 4-0. I'm quite confident of that. But at the moment, nothing seems to want to go in for us. It's the same in training, to be fair, the amount of times we hit the woodwork. But something's got to give, because you can't have that much possession in a game and keep losing. But the goal after half-time has completely killed us off. Because at half-time, I actually I got into them, but I said how well we had played, probably the best we had played, this year. And to lose a goal like the way we did was obviously disappointing. But at the same time, second half wasn't good enough.
Talking about your chances, obviously had that first opportunity after 20 minutes had gone in rather than just striking the post. As you say, it could have been a totally different game and you could have bossed it, because up to then, really, you were in control.
Well, it played into their hands, scoring first, because they sit behind and get numbers in, and they're quite good at doing that. They prove very, very difficult to break down. But if we'd scored first, we would have won the game. Everyone here knows that. It would have been 3 or 4, because we were far the superior footballing side. We had created more chances, we had more corners. We were the better footballing team here today. But it just proves that if you don't take your chances, you can get punished, and that's what's happened here today. I wish East Grinstead all the best. They're like us, working on a smaller budget, and I like some of their players and management, and I wish them all the best. But even they would turn around and say Horsham were the better footballing side today, and probably did deserve to win the game, but we didn't. So we have to look at that, because again, we lost the game of football that we shouldn't have.
Some of the finishing was quite poor though, wasn't it, from Horsham?
Yeah, I don't know about quite poor. I think overall, when we got into the final third, or when we did get in behind them, the final ball or the run wasn't there. The amount of times Tony's got in behind especially Tony on the right hand side, has got in behind his fullback, and the options weren't really there. And when they were there, we didn't miss the first man. I can't remember too many actual saves the goalie made, hard ones, but at the same time, we should have been outside at half time, and to be going in at 1-0 at half time, 1-0 down, it was a strange feeling, because we should have been 2 or 3-0 up.
Some of the set plays seemed to be wasted, didn't they?
Yeah, we didn't get. Well, to be fair, the second half we were poor. We were poor in possession. I'm not dissing their work rate. I thought their work rate was spot on. Some of my players covered every blade of grass out there today. But you have to bring quality to it as well. And second half, we give it all away far too much, far too sloppy. All over the park, not just my middle 2 centre midfielders. That I thought they covered every blade of grass. Like I said, they were fantastic work rate. But as a group, as a team, we weren't very good in possession, especially second half, which we were in the first half, which was strange, because if you can't play on a pitch like that, it's frustrating.
You've certainly got the ingredients, but it's a question of getting the right mix so that they gel and obviously give you a much easier time on the touchline, isn't it?
We've got to score first. That is a massive, massive part of our game now, and I have to work on that, because if we score first, we will win games. And we've proven in the last couple of years and the last 6 months I've been in charge that we're not very good when we concede first. We're not very good at chasing games. So we need to score goals first, and that's why when we keep hitting the post and the ball going wide and flicking wide, and when we do score we're offside, it's very, very frustrating, because like I said, anyone who was here today, if we score first, would know we would go on and win the game 2 or 3 or 4-0.
Between now and Sittingbourne on Saturday, there's going to be a training session. Are you going to change the way you conduct those?
I don't know what you can do. What we haven't already been doing. Training has been very good. We have struggled finishing. the whole pre-season and in training. I don't know what it is, lack of confidence in front of goal, but only them players, individual players, can do that. Sometimes you just need a ball to come off the back of your heel and go in, just to spark you off. It proved it with Cady last year. He didn't score very many in the first part of the season, and then went on a goal fest at the end. So it is a confidence thing. My players are playing. Jamie Cade again, I thought was excellent tonight. I really did, and there was a few massive performances. I thought Tony was a massive plus coming back, but I said to him, not one of them played poorly in there. Not one of them can I turn around and say you were poor today. But as a group we were poor, especially second half. And there's no good me saying, yeah, you did okay, you did okay, you did okay. As a group we don't do okay, and we didn't the second half.
Off the pitch, injury-wise, Ian obviously didn't last the full 90 minutes, but I guess that wasn't part of the agenda.
No, we were 2-0 down with 15-20 minutes to go. I had to change it. I had to try to chuck an extra striker on. It didn't work. I know we scored at the end, but it didn't work. Three up top. In fact, I think it probably slowed us up a little bit. I've got to be honest. I think we went more direct, which isn't our game. We're not a direct team. We do like to try to get it wide and get in behind them, and we've done that several times today. The amount of times Tony got in behind his defender, but we only capitalised on it once, where other teams, they had 2 shots on goal today. 2 shots and scored 2 goals. We had 10 probably only 2 or 3 on target, but 10 and scored 1. Now that's our problem. We've got to solve that.
And also Billy Joe was substituted, and he went straight off. What's we can tell us about?
He's fine.
him?
He's fine. Billy gets kicked and battered and bruised every game. He'll be at training. He won't take part on Thursday, just for a bit of a rest up. He's got a problem with his groin. He's got a problem with his face and his back. But he'll be playing Saturday.
And of the new boys that you've recruited this season, Kieran seemed to have quite a good game today.
Yeah, he done extremely well. Works really hard. At times, give the ball away a little bit sloppy, but overall he was a plus point for us. But like I said just a second ago, no one had a bad game. You can't turn around and say he was awful, because they weren't. But as a group we were poor, especially second half. First half I thought we were very good, and it's frustrating how we could be so good in the first half and be 1-0 down, and then draw the second half as bad as we played.
And finally, looking forward to Sittingbourne. How can you turn things round in such a short period of time?
Well, it's the toughest game we've had this year. There's no doubt about it. They're better than East Grinstead, and they'll be better than South Bar. So it's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it'll be a different challenge. They'll be a big physical side like they usually are. They go direct like East Grinstead did. To be fair, East Grinstead only had 9, the 9 up top. It was a real handful. All they did was go long, but it worked. And it's starting to look like in this division that is the way to go. But I'm not going to do that. I do not go long. I want my team to try to play football, and I'll get there.
Okay, Gary, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Gary.